let's try this once more. Thank you for watching. I'm not going to get into all the intros for this because this is I need to just get straight into this reading. Several individuals initiated into a cult, a coven, for benefits. There are several individuals, several groups of individuals that, sought partnership with a toxic, karmic, feminine cult leader. Okay? And for benefits. Okay? It wasn't for nothing. It was for benefits. And this person definitely displayed some kind of power, which is how they allured these individuals. Okay? They possibly did certain spells or gave them certain kinds of money. They definitely did certain things to allure these individuals to have faith and trust in them and to be convinced that this was a good idea and that they could provide what they were seeking. Okay? So, but the insidious thing about this is the overall plan is these folks are initiated into the cult, this coven, but the agreement they have to make is this: to target and harass and abuse the collective. Okay? They have to agree to intrude their privacy, violate their human and civil rights. They have to agree to, in some cases, follow them around, bully, illegally, like I said, surveillance them, make them uncomfortable. And in some cases, the agreement is they have to be willing to poison, put stuff in their food, in their, where they reside or where they spend a lot of their time, in their homes, around their homes. This is a part of the initiation. The first part is they have to agree to harm the collective in some way. They have to make an agreement to participate in the sabotage, the interference, and the harm of the collective. That's their first assignment, agree to basically be a stalker. They have to agree to harass, bully, report, basically illegally surveillance and report, and to attempt to physically get them weakened with poison, toxins, and to attempt to get them entrapped in some trouble, like try to get them in trouble in some kind of way. Whether it's by provoking them, by any means that they could to get the collective in some kind of an imposition. Okay? Now, the second part of their initiation, though, is they have to sacrifice one of their own. And this is what's hidden. The second negotiation in it, for if they want this insurance money, because they are offered two different things. They are offered parts of the collective's inheritance. They're offered, whether that's an insurance policy or something that was left to them, they're offered something to do with what belongs to the collective. The second thing that they're offered is as they sacrifice someone of their own. They have to sacrifice someone of their own, of their choosing, whether this is a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, auntie, an uncle, a niece, a nephew. It doesn't matter, but someone, they have to sacrifice one of their own, and they'll get an additional parts of the insurance that's being put on them. They'll get some additional stuff, okay? But here's the whole thing. This is all done, but it's to scapegoat the collective, to put that onto them, to accuse them and blame them of that. Like they're the ones that are responsible for these sudden deaths that's happening to all of them. That the collective is involved with people getting sick and dying, and even people losing their jobs, because there's some people that they lost their jobs, or they were asked to resign. But what some of these people don't know is that even they were scapegoated by their bosses. Because the bosses were trying to cover. I done told people, at the end of the day, when you deal with shysters and skanks, and you deal with shady dealings and shit like that, at the end of the day, they gonna save their own ass before yours. But they will also, like classic narcissism, they will also scapegoat who the target was, as if it is all their fault that you were asked to resign, or they were asked to resign. But the truth of the matter is, it was consequences, because it's a combination of things. It's consequences for the fucked up things that these people are into and doing. But more than that, it's the people that are in deep and involved and tied into it. When it, they gonna save their own ass first before anything else. And if it means that they're gonna have to damage control and start so-called getting rid of the little man, or y'all know how that goes, then they'll go ahead and sacrifice that. So that's the insidious thing about it, is all of this cult, that people are on this whole new scheme and scam of getting insurance money for sacrificing their family by working with these witches and warlocks and killers. Okay? That's the thing. Okay, that's the new thing. People are into that. And a lot of these people are Christians. They are professing Christians, most of them. In fact, the cult leader that they were being initiated into is a toxic feminine that acts that way, that talks that way. So, like I said, we're going to get into this reading, but I like to get into the messages first. So, people are dying. People are getting sick. People are going to jail. And it's all designed to still somehow scapegoat and blame the one that they were targeting. Meanwhile, the real truth is, some cases, this was a sacrifice. They sacrificed. That was the sacrifice that they had to do. And agree to blame the collective, because that's the agreement. Agree to co-sign the narrative that it's due to them doing spell work. Because what this is a cult that's basically projecting what they're actually doing as a profession, what they've been doing, and how they've been making money. But it's them projecting that onto the target to add like a double whammy. Okay? In plain sight. So this cult leader travels. I'm going to get into the card so we can get into the message. Okay? The pre-message that came out was, they attack your health to make you tired so you can't fight for yourself, for your life. This is a part of what they've been doing with these recruitees that they've gotten. Okay, so the combination of the spell work, but since spell work, we're going to get into why I'm saying that in a minute. Since the spell work collective, and again, I'm going to make it clear, I do not consent and I do not accept none of these foul motherfuckers bullshit, any of you that may come on here. So watch as you wish. And put your seatbelt on. I am addressing the legitimate collective here, okay? So whenever you all see this, it says they attack your health to make you tired so that you won't fight for your life. They've done this via spell work, but it doesn't hold long enough. It doesn't hold, it's not giving all that they wanted to give. So this is when they amped up the harassment and these recruitees that have joined this cult for benefits to surround you. I don't know what Denver, Colorado was about. That came out. I have no connections with, to my knowledge, but that may be for somebody. Business organizations, groups that work with these karmics are being watched. And I said this the other day. Not good. I said it the other day. A secret society is losing everything. I think this is the cult that may have lost stuff and now, and they're trying to, this is the attempt to recover. Heather, I don't know what that significance of Heather, the name Heather. Karmics are mad because the spell work's not working anymore. So that's what I was saying. This is why they get these recruitees to then agree to infiltrate the collective's physical space. Fake or staged hospital documents. Karmics are about to go insane or have a mental breakdown. It says these people need help. Prayer, Reiki won't do. They need to be cut open and studied. And then it says, I can't stand this karmic wench. I regret ever fucking with her. I don't know what that's about. Okay? Boom. And so the reason why it also got amped up for the collective side, y'all, you could be in this energy. This could have happened or is happening. So this is another reason why they're getting more recruitees. Okay? It says angel number 4, restored balance. Keep going. Pay attention to details. I will keep moving forward on my journey. Okay? Okay? Then it was angel number 3. So it's like 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. So they're trying to cause regression to your progression. It says communication, speak your truth. Change it up. And then it says, I honor myself by speaking my truth. Angel number 2, decision time, balance needed, keep the faith. I welcome more balance into my life. Yeah. Then angel number 1, independence, fearlessness, step out of your own way. It's time to take a step out of my own way. Yeah. So this is something that you could have been doing and starting to reap fruit. And this is why they had to amp that up and start recruiting, start traveling. We'll get into the reading because that's really what took place. They start traveling all over, to come and meet folks and to schmooze with different folks that's in various environments that you all are in. Okay? Boom. So now, whoo, child, let's go ahead. And this other deck that I created, and we're going to expound on that. Let's see. I'm just going to keep them down like this. What's going on? This is the big secret that nobody can see. Folks going to be shamed. You know what I'm saying? If you think of it, folks don't want to know. They'd rather scapegoat someone else. They don't want people to know that ain't got shit to do, with the collective doing shit to motherfuckers. It has everything to do with the fact that they took a dirty deal, was willing to sell out their own people, just like the trash bag cult leader. And that's what they're scared of. That your daddy died because you worked with the devil, nigga. That was your sacrifice. Your mama died because you worked with the You worked with the dark witch, bitch. That was your sacrifice. Your brother died, your cousin died, your uncle died, your son died. Yeah. Because you partnered with the distorted witch, and that was your sacrifice. You lost your job. That ain't had shit to do with the collective making you lose your job. It had everything to do with your conduct, your behavior, and the fact that your boss is just as shitty and skanky and shady as many of you are, and they were just simply willing to let you take the heat for it. Voluntary resignation, advised, encouraged to, so that it doesn't look like a fire on the record. What's the dealio in this situation? All these people in these apartment complexes, in these communities pertaining to the collective, to infiltrate their environment because these motherfuckers was losing, lost everything, getting exposed. So they just started their own little clue, their little posse, and started recruiting and shit like that. Okay, let's stop there and see what we've got. Constantly placing trash and circling around the collective's house and space. Exploited or bribed individuals who assist those who are targeted for RICO information to bait the target into something. Oh, that's an interesting card. So they exploited the very people who are claiming to help the targeted population, did they? Oh. To bait them in, to get them to spend money to see maybe what information that they can get, or because it says exploited. So they could have either bribed or end up bribing or bullying. They could have had this person social media banned or shut down. Yep. And it's possibly because they knew that the collective had sought them out and gotten information. Several initiates lost family members that they sacrificed in exchange for insurance money, that an inheritance that belonged to film and divine film, and insurance for the one that they're sacrificing. RICO case is in progress. An apartment complex staff and residents that are involved took the bait. Corrupt cops, PIs, and security officers. Well, well, well. Tragedy. Forbidden love. Mm-mm-mm. They're involved. They're involved. Oh, yep. Yep. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. Mm. My goodness. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Good gracious. They're getting exposed. Two of Swords is coming out in the reverse for what they were doing here. Okay, this is getting exposed. Somebody is possibly gaining their strength to expose that this is going on. Like, this is the bigger thing behind what's actually been happening. Somebody could have had to gain the strength because they could have got sick, because they themselves could have been being bullied, you know, bribed, blackmailed. This could also be pertaining to a Leo. Okay. This is, again, this is something also to do with the fact that they had maybe gotten exposed and start losing, and this is their revenge, was to get closer to the collective, to infiltrate their space even further, to connect with all of those, because what these people do, they seek out anybody who possibly wouldn't like the collective. So they'll seek out their exes, they'll seek out anybody that has a problem with, for an example, the things that they do, if they're spiritual. So they'll seek out like the religious community, they will seek out those who were friends or family and associates with any of their lovers, any and everybody that it would be easy to get them to join, because they already have a personal, you know, attitude or issue regarding the collective. So this would help them to be all the more willing to do it. Vengeance, because they were getting karma and getting caught and losing things, and so they decided to amp up the situation and start recruiting and infiltrating the corruption in their environment. Okay. Shadow. Get scared now, huh? Nobody on here. Scared to hear the doom. Narcissists. These are narcissists. This cult leader is a narcissist, and they're recruitees. And she's jealous. These are jealous people, constantly placing trash and circling around the collective's spaces. Constantly. Desire, adjudication in the reverse, expectation. Nobody really expected this. Collective, you didn't expect this. I don't know what this lust and desire. Weird. They're going to get karma for this, though. This injustice, this imbalance. Because they knew that the collective wouldn't be really suspecting, possibly, that it was going to be that close or get that involved, or that they would even start picking up the cues of it. Okay, yeah. And somebody that broke free of a trauma bond here. So this person is pissed, whoever those folks are, is pissed because somebody broke free of a trauma bond with them. And so this is what lured them in to be willing to take the bait and sacrifice someone in their family, or, you know, willing to take the bait to attack the collective for money, because they were jealous because somebody broke free of them. And this is how they were recruited in. Okay. Several initiates lost family because that they sacrificed in exchange for the insurance money. Yep. Shadow is coming in the reverse. So what's happening is this is getting exposed. Courthouse in the reverse. Discarding trash, going out. Okay, this could have been in the reverse. This could have been something like that they were acting like they were gonna help, and this person could have had the wrong judgment of the situation, or they did something to confuse something here. They didn't know that they were being sacrificed, because this is how they're able to do those things. So when they get somebody to sacrifice a family member, they're also guided and groomed and given instruction on how that has to happen. Okay, so it's not just, okay, you got to sacrifice somebody. It's they will coach them and give them what they need them to be doing. So essentially, they're just grooming them to be like them. Okay, so you gotta be a sociopath. So you're gonna have to act like the hero. You're gonna have to act like, Florence Nightingale. You're gonna have to plague on whoever's sick. If somebody's sick in your family, great, that's even better, because the world is, not going to suspect anything of people who are already facing some kind of ailment. They're not going to suspect that there's any foul play whatsoever. So you're going to have to act like you're helping them, even if possible, invite them to stay with you, or invite to cook for them, clean for them, and I'll be giving you instructions on what it is you need to do in that, so we can escalate this, so then you get this here insurance. Meanwhile, you need and this is also, to attack feminine, because shadow is in the reverse. She exposed them. They had to come and act like they were of light and of God and all that kind of shit, which would obscure people's judgment. You see that? Corrupt cops, PIs, security officers. Yep. Woohoo! Black square is going in the reverse. So this could be indicative of exposure of these fusion centers. Okay, these deep state, all of that shit. Okay, what they were trying to keep hidden in this black box, what they were trying to control, this could also be to do with Saturn box controls as well. That are actual physical boxes around the earth. Legend is in the reverse. Exploited and bribe these individuals who are supposed to be helping the targeted individuals. Family room and karmic lesson in the reverse. With the cops, it was protection and high honor in reverse, so seeking protection. Getting protection from corrupt cops, PIs, and security officers, which was dishonorable. High honor is coming in the reverse. And exploiting the collective here as they're seeking help and protection. This was dishonorable. Land back. Yeah, they exploited somebody out there that's supposed to be in the arena of helping targeted individuals. They, like I said, they could have got this person's social media banned. They could have bullied him. They could have used him and people like them to bait in. Because see, that's what's sick and sad about this thing. They know that many targeted individuals out there is looking for help, so to bait in so they can get information. And then shut their shit down if they don't agree to, participate. Yeah, podcast in reverse. I told you they shut him down. Podcast in the reverse. They shut his shit down. They shut his shit down. They possibly had to start all over again. If they didn't agree to do whatever it is, continue to, then that was one of the consequences. If they, if they would have agreed, maybe they wouldn't have gotten it shut down. But that's how they, try to get certain information. Okay. Let's clarify. RICO case in progress. This may be a different one, and it may be somehow linked to the collective. RICO case in progress. RICO case in progress. Get fucked. Ooh, child, yes, they about to get fucked. RICO case in progress. They about to get fucked for what they've been doing here. Because this is this shit, what they've been doing. Yeah, trying to put you in your place. They're about to get fucked. Stay in your lane, fighting, causing all this shit right here. This is what this is. This is people who had issues with you and wanted to fight you, and this is why they agreed. This is how they took the bait to get initiated. They were all too willing because they already had some personal issue based on, their jealousy. Since jealousy is here, different things is here. This is how they lure these folks, different folks in so easily. Apartment complex, staff and residents took the bait. Yeah, bitch. These are bitches. Bitch. Vampires. These motherfuckers are vampires. Oh shit, motherfuckers. Think you a bitch. You know what I'm saying, collective? They ain't your shit. Pissed because you can't be loved and gaslit in the reverse. That's what this shit is. And also because you're breaking the gaslighting, or you play some kind of role in somebody getting free of their gaslighting. And that's why they were all too willing to take the bait and participate in this shit. We have racing, running, and avoiding, and lover because somebody is now avoiding them. And want nothing to do with them. That's why they took it. Ooh, yeah, sure, and get paid. Why not? Combo effect. Two birds with a few stones. A billionaire. A fake ass wannabe starseed. A fashion witch. Somebody who calls himself a fashion witch. Oh, so they're upset about the billionaire. I don't, whoever this supposed billionaire is, they are upset that, I don't know what this means with the billionaire, that they're avoiding them, or a billionaire could have been involved that took the bait with apartment complex staff. Good gravy, good gravy. Legend in the reverse, they took the bait. Child, All right, let's just keep it on moving. Let's just keep on moving. What was at the bottom over here? Took retaliation on a film because they were asked to leave a job, but it was their boss that scapegoated them. Took retaliation. Government officials involved initiated into this coven. Initiated into a coven to attack feminine and sacrifice one of their own, and then blame the feminine for it. So that's what they were coached to do. Heavy projection, they are asleep and unaware of themselves. They're all frustrated because they might not get the money, and what they really done may be found out. They wanted They watched and waited to see, they watch and wait to see when the collective goes on live to start their spell work and to start circling around their spaces. Since the spells haven't fully been effective, they hire hitmen to harass and poison the collective. They keep trying to entrap and set up the collective. Uses fusion apps to stalk the collective. Co-leader is a Christian by day in real estate and mortgage industry. They travel from Nevada to Texas to meet up with their co-members. They stalk the femmes' social media. They cray-cray. Driving up and down the street, yelling out of their cars. Creepy neighbor, joined the cult, uses shitty diapers, animal feces, and voodoo. Put toxins in the AC or the walls, vents, or plumbing. Little Caesar's Pizza DoorDasher is in trouble, LOL. Increased attacks on feminine and their children because it's all falling apart. Trying to hide the evidence, but the evidence has been found anyway. Fucking officials to put spells on them. Whoa. So let me move. I need to move some. Well, no, I guess I can keep it. I ain't got enough space here. Oh, this shit is crazy. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do here. Okay, I think I want to stop here. I think I'm gonna make this in parts. I want to stop here. Okay. Well, but let's get a prelude to the next part, bitch. Let's get us a prelude. This is gonna have to be parts. See that now. All right. This is insane. Okay, nope, I was guided to red flags. Store the romance in the reverse. Red flags. Okay, so this is definitely, you know, about people's lovers and past lovers and somebody not seeing the red flags about the right person, kind of like the misjudgment, and then that also being used as a part of the recruitment. You know, when you recruit, you got to profile people just like the target is profiled. And so, because that's going to give you who your demographics is that will be willing to work with you. Okay, so you're going to target the religious community if you're trying to, you know, use the whole they're dishonorable, they're causing problems in your community, when it's actually themselves, and when it's actually as a result of fucking with these cults and covens to begin with. Okay, so they'll use that. Okay, like I said, they'll use people that have jealousy and insecurity issues, and so podcast, any, you know, whatever it is. And so, you know, hey, agree to harass them on social media, agree to report their videos, agree to steal, agree, like, yes. Okay. They'll use people's friendships and connections, obviously. This is what they do to the target. They exploit in their family. They go to their family members, estranged family members, karmic family members. It's going to always be critiqued towards their vulnerabilities to make them more willing to participate. Okay? And as a result, a double surprise benefit is not only do you get what belongs to the collective, and not only will you get something, you know, in addition to whoever they decide to sacrifice, they also get to get so-called vengeance on, you know, the collective. Okay? So it's like this threefold benefit. We're going to get all this money. We're going to get what's theirs. We're going to also get our revenge and put them in a place and take them out and all of that. We're going to humiliate them. We're going to bully them. Constantly clarify this jealous energy over here. Because this jealous person could have been clowning the collective's creative shit that they're stalking every day. Jealous. Yeah, they could be clowning that you may say hashtag blase blase, or they may, you know, say that. And then it says here, doesn't understand your jokes, always picking their nose. Jealous, has scissor hands. Okay. For as long as you date them, all of your friends will hate you. Wow. Throws up every time they see your face. Sees the ghost of everyone who has ever died. Sold your pets on Craigslist. Wow. Ooh, these people are crazy. Tenders during sex. Still really into MySpace. So something with outdated. They're super clingy. Doesn't think women should vote. Interesting. Has been stalking you since middle school. This could be... Doesn't think women... What the hell? Okay. Go ahead and clarify the stack for several initiates that lost their family that they sacrificed. Open mouth kisses their sibling. Oh, so this person is in reverse. They could have sacrificed their sibling, which is what the cult leader did. That's how they got initiated. Takes you to couples therapy on the first date in reverse. Okay, so maybe they don't see no wrong. They could do something with food. It says can only eat out of someone's hand. They did something with food. Clarify exploited individuals who are supposed to be assisting the targeted individuals. That stack over there. Is a zombie. Ooh, child. Is this person a zombie? They turned him into a zombie, or is he a zombie? College nicknames, puke crotch. It says is a zombie. Interesting. Only speaking motivational quotes. Maybe that's what he does. I don't know. Or maybe they hits on every server. Wow. Clarify corrupt cops, PIs, and security officers. Describes all food as yummy yummers. It's coming in the reverse. They could have been talking about, this could have been the person that was talking about the collective's food. Body type, dumpster. Body type, and then it says dumpster. This could have been, again, someone who was either talking about the collective's body. Keep asking if your best friend is down. This is something that's somebody that's possibly open to, sexual, Clarify the stack over here with RICO cases in progress. Says like all the time. Okay. Is literally always watching porn. They may have a porn addiction. Swears you look exactly like their sister, but says that's a good thing. That comes in the reverse. That's interesting. Clarify, apartment complex staff and residents involved. They took the bait. They took the bait. Refuses to look up from their phone. Yeah, they took the bait. Yeah, that's why they always glued to the phone, so that they can do what they're doing here. Yeah. Or they could have been upset that as they're doing what you were doing, that you refused to look up from your phone as they're, that could have been part of it, because, they're monitoring and watching you as well. Is a serial killer. This motherfucker is a serial killer. Apartment complex, staff, and residents involved took the bait. They're fucking serial killers. Or they don't know that this person is a serial killer. That's what they get. So that's going to be real interesting to see what happened to all these people's lives. Somebody is still in the 4th grade, so they might have a 4th grade level of emotional development. Constant taking selfies. Is allergic to all somebody's favorite foods. Oh boy. Interesting. Death row inmate. Over here clarifying apartment complex staff, resident involved that took the bait. Jealous of your pet. So oh gosh, these people are retarded. Jealous of somebody's fucking pet? Oh, that's mental illness. Oh, that's mental illness. How are you jealous of a pet? How is anybody jealous of a pet? A pet. Huh. All these folks need help. This is possibly why they did shit to your pet. These people are sickos, yo. I ain't even never seen that card come out. Jealous of your pet. I mean, gosh. I mean, gee. Of a pet. When y'all hear this video, just sit with that. When you hear this at some point, sit with that. Of a pet. A pet that is here on the planet and certainly not bothering anybody. They're not in competition with anybody. They're a pet. Oh my God. And it keeps coming out still in the 4th grade. These people definitely have major inner child woundings. Okay, that's why they became serial killers. Or somebody that they don't know that somebody is actually a serial killer. They don't know it because they got on a Christian hat. Now, some of them do know it because obviously if you're joining this cult and you're agreeing to sacrifice, you must know something dizzy about the nigga or the bitch, because ain't nobody with no damn good sense is going to be coming to you presenting some nefarious offers like that. All these motherfuckers might be still in the 4th grade. 50 Shades of Grey is literally the only book they've read. So they may be into like sexual bondage, but hide it. Anything else? Ciao. Compulsively is licking doorknobs. Ugh. So, oh, geez, y'all, we got some nuts on our hands, boy. We got some nuts on our hands. Y'all start spraying these doorknobs. Because some of these, you know, carry some wipes in your pocket and shit. Some alcohol spray, bitch, or something. Because that's what these motherfuckers on. Something wrong with them. Super racist. Yeah, this is somebody who hides the fact that they're racist. Always bragging about their sexual conquests. Talks dirty to all of their okay, that's okay. Refuses to delete online dating profile. Owes the government $1 million. This is possibly why they agreed to some of this shit too. They tweet while they're on a date, or they send messages on social media while dating. As long as you date them, you can only eat food off of the dollar menu. Post all over your text and emails online. Jealous of your pet keeps coming out. That's strange to come out more than once. Calls their pet their children in the reverse. So they may act like they love pets, or they may have pets, but they're cruel or mean to them. Or something could have happened to their pet. And then, so they hate yours, or they're, okay. Okay, so I'm going to end this here because I want to separate it. I'm going to do this in parts. And yeah, there is a RICO case in progress already though, so I got to dig in to figure out how is that connecting to the collective, because maybe that's going to be the case that's linked. Maybe the collective is not going to even have to necessarily file. Maybe something's about to connect, or somebody's about to contact them, and it's going to link it in some kind of way. Like this person goes, you know, they travels and goes to other states, and so they are, you know, they've migrated to Texas. Okay, they're utilizing the corruption there because they're obsessed with the collective. And so, but they're also trying to cover themselves to make it look like they can't possibly have anything at all to do with it. Okay.